the good old unplug back in. It might just be the microphone. It does work now. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. We are back. Finally. It does work now. We are back, ladies and we are finally back. I know I missed a Georgia touchdown. Let me get you guys on the ESPN tab. I know I missed the Georgia touchdown. I was sitting there trying to fix an audio situation. It is what it is. I had to do the good old unplugging trick. I'm not even sure if I can even hear myself talk right now. Okay, we can. Okay, we can hear you can hear myself now. Georgia scored. Just ignore the drive because I didn't get anything of it. I didn't call it, but Georgia did score. Just looks like we'll look at the play scoring. I didn't even see what happened because I was sitting there trying to fix the audio issue for you folks. So Georgia gets ball at 25. Illegal forward pass. Yeah, -5. Yeah, just kind of 47-yard pass to Aaron Smith does not help our cause. And with the 47-yard pass, and then combined with Kenny, who was that? Kendall Milton, his 11-yard run. Georgia is now made this a 7-point game, and just something you don't like to see. But we knew this Georgia offense was good, and we knew this Ohio State defense wasn't good. I mean, it's ranked 6th in the country, but are they really 6th when that rating was boosted up by playing crapshoot teams like Indiana, Iowa? I don't think that. I don't think that this defense is really what the rating says, and I kind of figured that this defense was going to play like absolute awful, but it is what it is. Um, let me update the thumbnail for you folks, and this game, it's Ohio State's gonna have to score again, and we said it's gonna be a high scoring game. I will say this: if you thought Ohio State was gonna win, then you should have done yourself a favor and bet the over on this game because it's gonna have to hit the over if you really think Ohio State's gonna win. I think betting the over is almost better than betting on Ohio State to win this game because it's just very hard to see Ohio State beating a very talented, physical Georgia team when Ohio State usually doesn't play well against physical teams, and that was shown against Michigan. But really, so far, their offense has looked really good. Ryan Day, we had him up on the original screen, but I had to get rid of him to show the ESPN screen. Ryan Day has coached a damn good offensive game, and Ohio State's only had one punt, and they probably can only suffer one more punt for the rest of the game if they want to win this game, as Georgia boots it off, and that's going to be another touchback. I don't think we've had one kick returner take it out. Jack Podinski kicks it off, as we will see the Ohio State offense back on the field for another time. I believe this would be the 5th time they're going to come on the field. So very, a lot of possessions already for both teams. Not a lot of teams are running. Both these teams aren't running the ball like 30 times during one possession. So the time of possession during each scoring drive is very low. So a lot of possessions for both teams, which means this probably will be a high-scoring game. Stroud in shotgun with, I believe that's Mayan Williams lined up. No, that's number 15. That's Xavier Johnson. It's going to be a jet sweep behind Stroud, handoff to Abuka, and it doesn't really matter if I botch the call on that. Abuka is going to go nowhere for 3 yards. So it's going to be 2nd and 7. Marvin Harrison, we're seeing the stats. 7th 100 game of the season, second most in OSU history. I'm sure the most might be Chris Carter or someone. Just know he's joining elite company, elite company, as we've seen what some of these Ohio State receivers have been able to do on the next level, and he was doing it last year. Stroud in the gun with the running back lineup to the left. It's Johnson. Stroud takes a snap. He throws over the middle, and it's dropped. Looked like it was dropped. Coverage by Kelee Ringo. Might have been a nice deflection by Kelee Ringo. Like mentioned earlier, we hyped him up. He's going to be a first-round draft pick, Kelee Ringo. Really, really good player, Kelee Ringo. He's a redshirt sophomore. He's really tall, 6'2", just a very lengthy corner. Weighs 210 pounds. So, I'm a big Steeler fan, and that's definitely the corner that Mike Tomlin would love to take. Anyways, Stroud, 2 receivers on each side of the field. Running back lineup to his left. It's Johnson. Stroud takes a snap. He steps back. He looks. He's got pressure, and he's going down. Sacked by Williams. We'll get the first name in a second. It's going to be Mykel Williams, the freshman. And the freshman already making a big play, and the biggest play of the biggest game of his career so far. So Ohio State is going to have to punt, and not good. We said score, and now we're punt, score, punt. I would have loved to see at least a field goal here, but Kearis Jackson's going to be returning the punt here. As it's a punt off, and the punt is away, and it's a decent punt. Returners Jackson's going to call for a fair catch at around his 37, 38-yard line. So that is where Stetson Bennett in this offense will take over. Bennett has looked real good, although he does look like he was icing a knee, but then he went out and had a scoring drive. So, you never know with these guys what you're getting. Especially with injured players. Some guys can play amazing through injuries and just are able to suck up the pain. But, back to the game. Ohio State, if you couldn't tell already, I'm rooting heavily for Ohio State in this game. I did not bet the over. I did not take Ohio State points, the Ohio State plus money points. I don't know. I'm a big Ohio State fan, and I really want them to win this game. But I laid out a framework, and they already don't look – they're already starting to. We really need to score, and it just concerns me when we don't score and we're letting Stetson Bennett get more opportunities on a defense that I know is not good and just got boosted from playing bad offenses the whole year. Then played Michigan, and TCU allowed a lot of points to Michigan, but that's TCU. But it's just, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for Ohio State. They win this game, they play TCU. No disrespect, but that is possibly the best matchup Ohio State could have gotten in a playoff game. They just need to grind through this game, figure out a way to come out of the Mercedes-Benz Superdome with the W. And if we play TCU in the national championship, I'm going to be so hyped. I literally will not be able to sleep up until that day. Last time Ohio State won the national championship against the Ducks, I was like 8, 9 years old, and I wasn't watching football like this, so I don't remember any of it, but I will definitely stay up all night to watch that game, as I believe that game will be on finals week too, so I definitely think everyone's going to be studying that week, and everyone is going to be caring about studying Monday night for finals. So there's still 7:41 left in the second. This feels like the longest game ever. It's 9:30. The way this goes, we're on ad break right now. The way this goes, this game probably won't end till like 11:30, which doesn't matter that too much because tomorrow's Saturday. And I should be calling the Steelers game tomorrow, Sunday night. That's going to be another bad game. I don't know what to expect out of that. I'll preview it right here. Steelers need a win. They need a remarkable amount of things to happen. But it actually looks way more likely because they needed the Dolphins to lose a game or something. And with Tua out, it seems very well likely that he could. And that's one step close to the Steelers somehow making the playoffs. As we're getting an aerial shot of Atlanta, Georgia. beautiful city, really growing. And we see State Farm Arena. That is where the Atlanta Hawks play. And that is the team that knocked off the Cavs last year in the playoffs. So really not a big fan of them. 21-14 is our score. CJ Stroud on the sideline with Marvin Harrison. Really, Marvin Harrison, he's had some amazing plays, but he's had some blunders too. That drop in the end zone, he had that drop on the previous drive. So really look to see him get that cleaned up. Bennett under center. He hands it off to McIntosh, and McIntosh has got a ton of room. He evades a tackle, and that's oh, wow! The turf monster gets him. That's not Mac. Is that McIntosh? We'll check the offense. It is McIntosh. Rated like the 9th or 10th running back. He's projected to be a 3rd or 4th round pickup coming in the draft. And just had a ton of room to run. Kind of like the game we just played in November. Number 14, who is that? Ronnie Hickman misses a tackle. And luckily for Ohio State, the turf monster gets him. And he's not going to score because that was a walk-in touchdown. But he ends up tripping up at Ohio State's 10. So it's going to be 1st and goal here for Stetson Bennett in this offense. McIntosh is hurt? I don't know why Kirby's not around him. It's going to be a pitch to the other running back, and he's going to run left. It's going to be number 30. We'll see who that is. Dejon Edwards, the junior. He runs left for a nice gain of around 7. So McIntosh is coming to the game. He's all right. So ball at the OSU 3. We'll see what Georgia has game plan. We'll see what Georgia will call here. It'll be interesting. I would have to assume it's going to go to Brock Bowers. We really haven't seen much out of Brock Bowers so far in this game. I guess a good job by Ohio State for game planning against them, but I don't know if he's been the focal point of this Georgia offense, and I look to see. I fully expect him to be that by the end of the game. Bennett with trips formation to the right. Bennett takes a snap. He runs left, and he's got a touchdown. Stetson Bennett runs it in, and it is a 20-21 ball game here, folks. A 3-yard rushing touchdown to Stetson Bennett. They tried to run that play earlier, but it got sniffed out by Ohio State. This time, not sniffed out at all. It's a Stetson Bennett running play, and he is able to get 3 yards, and that's a touchdown for Georgia. This game is starting to get similar to the Michigan game. Ohio State's defense is starting to bend. I figured that would happen. I said in the beginning of the game, score. I do not trust this defense in any way to get really any points. And the extra point attempt is incoming. And it is up and good. 21-21 here with 6:07 left in the second. Crushing if you're an Ohio State fan. I do not expect... Oh, man, this defense is just another long run. It feels like every big game we get gashed by a long run, but I guess it's football and it happens, but kind of got lucky there. I mean, McIntosh should have had the touchdown there. The senior. And then Stetson Bennett, the quarterback that's, I believe, is... How old is he? He's from Pierce County. He's from Georgia kid. Always wanted to play for Georgia. I think he was a walk-on, then transferred to JUCO, and then came back to Georgia. JT Daniels gets injured. He wins in the national championship last year, takes the starting role, and had a nice play. And he was a Heisman finalist and good player. So Ohio State's offense will take the field, needing a score here in this ball game, and that's going to be a short kick, and Ohio State's return man will take it out from his own 10, and I believe that's Ronnie Hickman, and he's going to get a nice return and take it out to around it's a short kick, the first return kick. Every other kick is landed in a touchback. We're waiting on the spot, and about to see. I'm trying to make sure, guys, that the audio. It was Xavier Johnson actually returned, 14-yard reception. Cade Stover, I think that's Cade Stover limping off the field. Not a good sign, even though he had that one hiccup last game against Michigan. So Stroud in shotgun with, I believe that's Hayden lined up to his left. Motions Abuka, I believe, to the right side of the field. Stroud fakes a handoff. He's got time. He throws over the middle, and it's complete. Pass caught by the tight end. It is going to be. It's not. It's Warrior. He might be a fullback. We'll have to see. Thought must be the tight end number 4. Not shown on my roster, but we'll definitely make sure to remember him. Joe Royer, another Cincinnati kid. Parents watching at home, hoping these Buckeyes knock off this Bulldogs team as they keep showing the GOAT himself, Ohio State wide receivers coach Brian Hartline. Stroud takes a snap, fakes a handoff. He rolls right. He throws right. And a pass was intended for Abuka on the right sideline, but the ball's a little short. And here's a huge third down here for Ohio State. You likely think if Georgia gets the ball back, they're going to drain the clock and just try and just take up a whole possession that's going to last most of the second half and score. So Ohio State's got to get points here. But it all starts here with the third down conversion. Definitely don't want to go for it deep in your territory. Stroud, 2 receivers on the left, 1 on the right, motions Hayden to his right. And Stroud, it's going to be a handoff off the middle, and I think he's short. Stroud thinks he got it, but I think he's short by maybe inches. It looks short to me. And yeah, it's short. And refs are going to mark it short. They'll bring out the change, but it's short. It's there. Ryan Day's, no. Are they going to go for this? I don't think you can. I don't think this defense. We'll see. We'll see what Ryan Day's doing here. It's going to be 4th and 1. He is short. And they're keeping the offense on the field at their own 35-yard line. They do have a 71% completion percentage on 4th down. Stroud, running back line to his left. 2 receivers on the left, 1 on the right. All the players look to the sideline. Maybe trying to draw them off sides? Yep, that's exactly what they're trying to do. I don't really get that call, but it's not like the NFL where under 2 minutes, like, the clock runs when the chains move. So there's Nolan Smith, I believe his name is. That's the star edge from Georgia that's injured. Would have played a vital role in this game, but he's not playing. As Nolan's taken over part-time water duty. As Ohio State's going to punt it away. And another failed drive by Ohio State. You just can't, like, and yeah, Nolan Smith, obviously an elite player, torn pectoral. He's done for the year, but a really talented player from Georgia. He was really good last year, and him and Jalen Carter and Kaylee Ringo, one of the few elite players left from that awesome Georgia defense they had last year. And no, doesn't look like they're trying out the punt team, and doesn't look like they were trying to draw them off sides. CJ Stroud and company is back on the field for 4th and 1 at their own 35. Gutsy call here by Ryan Day, but we said he cannot be conservative. Stroud's 2 receivers on each side of the field. Running back lineup to Stroud's left. Stroud and shotgun. Motions over Mitch Grassi to the left. It's a design run for Stroud. Stroud's got room and looks like he's going to gain the first down, but there's a flag in the backfield. I think it's going to be a legal shift, a legal motion, one of those plays. It's definitely going on Ohio State without a doubt. I think it was an illegal shift or illegal motion by Mitch Rossi. I don't know how you allow that to happen. You go through practice. You go through practice and you run this drill. And you just got to have that down because that's a first down conversion. And now Ohio State has to punt. Oh, Mitch Rossi. Oh, yeah. Illegal motion. 5-yard penalty. It's going to be 4th and 6. That's way too risky. It was risky enough. Now it's way too risky. Now, you can see Georgia has a 57.6 win probability. Ohio State once had an 82%. So ball gets booted away, and return man's going to, I believe that's Jackson, is going to fall down at, I can't really see the yardage. We'll just wait for the spot on ESPN. And there we have a Georgia player that is down. We'll check. It's number 32 or 92. It might be 92. Can't really get a clear view of it, but I don't, it hasn't been a blowout. It's been a real good game here so far. But But man, I need Ohio State to score. I know Herb Street's on here talking right now. Score, 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 score. That 4th and 1 killed Ohio State. And if this is like a touch, if this game ends like Georgia, I don't know. Georgia, we'll see. I don't know. Georgia 41, Ohio State 35. It's definitely going to be a play that's going to be talked about in Columbus, as a player is still down for Georgia. They're not showing it though, so unfortunately we can't get that player marked as they're showing highlights from the other game. TCU, man, just a really awesome game. Max Duggan with a good game. Quentin Johnson's like 70-yard receiving touchdown off a drag route. And then the upset of the year, and I really hate Michigan. And as an Ohio State fan, it's not just as 32 needs the help of two other staff members to get off the field, so we hope he's okay. But 96 total points scored in that game. Just wow. I just Sonny Dykes is the new hot coach in college football, and I guarantee you Texas A&M or someone's going to give him a boatload of money to try and coach for him, because he's a real good coach, and I was shown today. Back to the Georgia games. Bennett in shotgun, the running back right up to his right, two receivers on each side of the field. Bennett motions over, I believe it's a tight end, to the line of scrimmage. They hand it off to McIntosh, and this time McIntosh doesn't have anywhere to go. Be tackled by Lathan Rarisam, the junior. As it be hurry up offense for Bennett. Bennett's going deep, and it's pass gets batted down. A nice bat down by Cameron Brown, the projected first to second round pick cornerback for Ohio State, as he had him, but Brown just able to get in position and move that left hand out and bat the ball down. Nice play there. So Bennett and company. Looks like they're going to go two receivers on the left, one on the right, and then in shotgun with the running back line up to the right. Looks like it's going to be McIntosh. Can't see from the TV. Motion to tight end to the right side of the field. Play clock running down. Bennett takes the snap. He looks. He's got time. He throws over the middle, and the pass is complete. And with room to run is Marcus Jack St. Roseme. I don't know the order it goes in, but we'll see on the back of. We'll see on ESPN. But a nice play there by Bennett there. Nice completion over the middle to be able to stand in the pocket, and a nice play by Marcus, the junior, to run after the catch and get a 28-yard gain for Georgia. It is Marcus Roseme Jackson Saint. Got it. Bennett under center with the running back lineup in the backfield. Motions the receiver to the right. Bennett hands it off to Kendall Milton, the junior. And that's going to be, I think that's enough for a first down. I couldn't see all of it. We'll have to see. As this Georgia offensive line opening up holes, and another missed tackle by Ohio State. And that was Lathan Ransom. Got to make those tackles there if you want to beat this top-tier Georgia team. And yeah, it's a 15-yard run for Kendall Milton, who had the touchdown when I was having mic troubles. So Bennett under center with the running back lined up in the backfield, two receivers on the right. Georgia starting to go under center now. 2:41 left, clock running in the second half. Bennett takes a snap, hands it off to, I believe that's Milton again. This time he goes nowhere. The Ohio State defensive line ain't fall for that twice, even though they did against Michigan. And I think it'll be a gain of 1 there. So Georgia has 74 yards before contact, while Ohio State has -6 yards before contact. Definitely an interesting stat there. So Ohio State's O-line got to hold up. And it is a solid group, Ohio State's offensive line, but got to do better if you want to beat a team like Georgia. Sets it Bennett. Two receivers on each side in the gun. Shotgun with the running back line to his left. Fakes the pitch. Then throws it out to the flat. And the ball is just a little bit ahead of Edwards. So it's going to be 3rd down and 10 for this Stetson Bennett and company with 156 left in the second. On third down, Bennett is 2 for 2, 48 yards and 2 touchdowns. So Jim Knowles, please get a sack. I mean, this Zach Harrison, JT Tumalua, someone step up on that Ohio State defensive line and get a stack. Please. Bennett in shotgun, running back lineup to the left now. 2 receivers on each side of the field. Bennett takes a snap. He steps back. He throws to the left side and pass is caught, but it's going to be short of the first down marker. And tackle was made by Denzel Burke, the redshirt freshman. Pass was complete to Georgia's tight end. No, it was a Lad McConkey. I believe he's a tight end. We'll see. But Georgia's offense staying on the field here for 4th and 4, as Ohio State's going to use their final timeout. Just to make sure they have everything set and they're in place. So we're getting a replay of it. Nice stop there, but 4th and 4 here. Ohio State went for the blitz. Bennett kind of rolled left a little, kind of like stepped back and stepped to the left a little, but didn't step on his back foot, got his feet set, made a nice throw, just too short of the line to gain. And it's going to be 4th and 4 here for this Georgia offense. So Ohio State needs a stop here. 1:49 left in the second. It is crucial that you take the lead coming in a half, especially with, I believe, Georgia getting the ball back in the second half. 11 of 13 on fourth down conversions. That makes it 85%. So let's hope we can make the 85%, lower their conversion rate a little. Bennett under center, running back lineup in the backfield, 1 receiver on each side of the field. Motioning over tight ends to the right side. 2 tight end, and they motions the tight end back to the left side. Play clock running down, and Georgia's going to have to call a timeout. So Georgia, it looked like they were a little confused with the motions. Looked like one of the tight ends, thought he was going to go on the right, motion right, and then Bennett's like, no, go to the left. And, unfortunately, because of that motion, they weren't able to get the play off, and Kirby Smart's got to use his first time out of the half. So coming up during the halftime report, I will most likely go on break, and then I will make sure that my audio is good. And looks like they're going to trot out the field goal unit. So I think they were just trying to get us off sides, but I don't know about that because they were motioning guys over. So interesting there as Kirby Smart decides not to go for it. So 4th and 4 here as Jack Padilzny, the senior, he already missed a 47-yarder. This one's 32, relatively close, and should be a pretty easy kick to make on the left, near the left hash. Snap good, hold good, kick is up, and it is good. So it'll be 24-21 Georgia with 1:44 left, and Ohio State, you got to score here. I mean, you got to score on this next drive. Georgia, I believe Georgia gets the ball. We'll check right now. Yes. Georgia gets the ball at half, so Ohio State's really got to muster something here. As for turnovers, Georgia had that one turnover that ultimately led to a touchdown, but besides that, it's still a tie game. Georgia is 13.33. We're looking at time of possession right here. Actually, it looks like OSU has had more time of possession, which is interesting. I mean, it's still a close game, so it relatively reflects that. But that's the biggest metric you got to be looking at right now. Total yards, 315 for Georgia, 173 for Ohio State. I think mostly a lot of that comes from the fact that Ohio State really hasn't ran the ball all that much, and they really haven't done anything on, I believe it's the last 3 drives. I don't think they've scored, or the last 2. No, the last one they didn't. So they need to snap this streak of 3 punts, and they need to get into the end zone here. As Stroud and company will try on the field as the beautiful Mercedes-Benz Superdome. So it would be a dream to go to a game there, to be honest. Just looks incredible. As they're presenting the NBA, we will be calling the Steeler game on Sunday. I expect it to be a complete terrible game, and very boring too. But we'll see. It doesn't sound like Lamar Jackson's playing, so we're gonna get more of Tyler Huntley. But tune in next Sunday to see if that's true. Stroud trips formation to the right side of the field. Two receivers on the left. Stroud and empty now. Takes a snap. He looks, and it's a screen to. We'll check. It's Xavier Johnson, and that's going to be a nice 6-yard gain there. So Ohio State obviously got to move. 1:33 left in the second. Clock running. Stroud, two receivers on each side of the field. Running back line up to the left. Stroud takes a snap. He looks, fires over the middle of the field. He's got Ibuka. Ibuka breaks the tackle, and he's going to get brought down at the 50. So another big gain there. 19 yards for Ohio State. Up tempo here for Ohio State. It'd be hard for me to read the formation, but I'll try my best, folks. Stroud is going to be in shotgun. Running back line to his right. Two receivers on each side of the field. Stroud takes a snap. He looks, throws to the left. He's got Julian Fleming. And Julian Fleming picks up another first down on a little throw to over the middle of the field. 106 left in the second, clock running. First down of 10, Ohio State at Georgia's 37. Or at Georgia, yeah, Georgia's 37. No, not 37. I suppose the next play. My bad, folks. And passes aired out, and it's a spin move and a touchdown. That's all it took for this Bucs offense. As the yardage was wrong, so I was trying to fix it. But Xavier Johnson, let me check for a second. He isn't on my the who was also from Cincinnati, Ohio. The Cincinnati, Ohio boys coming up big. 4 plays, 77 yards in 55 seconds. Ohio State scores. That is something as an Ohio State fan I wanted to see. Quick scoring and getting down the field scoring. A huge touchdown for Ohio State, pending an extra point, and it is good. 28-24 for Ohio State. A big touchdown as Ohio State keeps their foot on the gas pedal. And they ran 2 deep safeties, looked like man coverage. And the running back, Xavier Johnson, just ran right down the middle, right through both of the safeties that were in. It looks like it's some type of zone. Yeah, it looks like kind of Tampa 2. And the safeties move over to the left and the right side of the sideline. And down the field was wide open. The linebacker tries pushing him, but that's not even enough. And he's wide open. And a nice little spin move gets him into the end zone. Xavier Johnson. I don't know if the markage was right, but the pass was complete to Julian Fleming for 13, and then he got tackled at 13, so I wasn't able to read the formation. But a 4-play drive there by Ohio State that leads to a touchdown. This is what I expected out of the Michigan game, and I don't think this is going to be a repeat of the Michigan game. 28 points in the first half. We'd love to see it as Ohio State will be kicking it off. And the ball is booted away, and it's going to be another touchback. So Fielding kicks it back to a touchback. So Bennett's going to have an interesting situation here. 2 timeouts, 49 seconds left. And hit the ball at his own 25, and we'll see what he can do as it is almost New Year's. Yes, and we will be celebrating. It's New Year's Eve. Yes, we will be celebrating New Year's by watching the Pittsburgh Steelers. I know, folks, it is probably one of the most depressing things you can do on New Year's Eve. Or right now, on New Year's Day. Sorry, I mixed up my days. One of the most depressing things to do on New Year's Day, which is watch the Steelers play. But it is what it is. I got to bring you content for you folks. Bennett back on the field. Trips formation to the right. Bennett takes a snap. He throws, and the pass is deflected. It was a screen for Georgia's. We'll see here. It was JT Tumalua who deflected it, and it was looking for the receiver, Kyrus Jackson, projected 7th round, so he's going to make it into the NFL. Redshirt senior. tried to run a screen to him, but J2 Malua shows why he was a top prospect coming out of high school and bats that ball down. Really have high hopes for this guy and expect this dude to be the next Joey Bosa, Chase Young for us. Daniel's back in shotgun. He takes a snap. He's got time. He pump fakes. He throws over the middle. Oh, and the pass is almost intercepted. Cameron Brown with almost another interception. And I believe he was the first one to get the interception the other time, but that would have been an absolutely huge interception. No, it wasn't him last time, but right through the hands, and you got to make that play. Cameron Brown, a projected first to second round pick. Scouts looking at that like, wow, you got to make that play. That would have been huge. Would have got a return out of that as well. Wow. A really unlucky break as Georgia's just going to shut it down. They're not risking anything. They're just going to kneel the ball, and they're just going to let this run out, and we're going to go to halftime as Kirby Smart immediately runs on the field and talks to Stetson Bennett. But Ohio State with the lead at halftime. I feel good right now. Unless Kirby Smart completely shuts down our offense, I feel good. That interception would have helped a lot. We could have maybe made it like 31-24 and went into halftime with a 7-point lead. But a lead's a lead. We got a lead at halftime. We needed a lead at halftime. If you're Ryan Day, defense has held. I think it's done its job. You don't expect this group to be like a top, like the Georgia defense last year. They're not going to hold Georgia to 10 points, but as long as they get stops, periodic stops, and our offense is still scoring, we can win this game. As we're going to do a little halftime show, we're just going to look through some of the stats. Ohio State now catching up in the yards department, 248 to 314 yards. Georgia still leads. Ohio State does have more first downs now, and UGA almost had a second turnover in that game. CJ Stroud showing up, has made some real good throws. Ohio State also leading the time of possession and is up in this game. CJ Stroud made some really, 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 really good throws and has played really well in this game. We can look at the stats. 15 for 19 for CJ Stroud, 238 yards, 3 touchdown passes. But I think what you want to look at here, folks, 0 interceptions. Ohio State isn't turning the ball over, and that's big. Keep this Georgia offense off the field as much as possible. Dylan Hayden, really not much going in the rushing department. I kind of expected that. Receiving, Marvin Harrison, stats look amazing, but he has had a few drops. So hopefully he can come out of halftime and really solidify those hands, and hopefully he's not dropping balls. Nahomo, Emeka Egbuka, 4 receptions for 47 yards. Solid game from him. Xavier Johnson had the touchdown there. Big play by him. And Julian Fleming's got 2 catches for 26 yards. The defense, 1 sack, but the pressure's been there. D-line is getting in the game. They're batting down passes. They're getting to Bennett. They're making sure he's not comfortable. And that's what the D-line needs to do. I'm impressed with them in this game, and I really think they're doing a good job. Let's look at Georgia's offense. Stetson Bennett, not amazing. Honestly, this should probably be 2 interceptions. I'm not too impressed with them. I had a nice play there earlier in the game with the touchdown, being able to he's had some nice throws. The touchdown. He's had some nice passes, but overall, I think in the pregame we were right. We said that this guy is not going to be a top 5 pick. This guy does not have elite arm talent. This guy doesn't have the sling on the ball. He is not, he's not going to be elite. He's not elite next level quarterback, which means he can still be good for college, but does he have the it factor? He's not Bryce Young, I'll tell you that. Because this was Bryce Young, it'd be probably 31-28 Alabama, but we're not playing Alabama, thankfully. But it's been more the rushing game, I think, for Georgia. I think we've done a solid job in the secondary. But we had the one long pass to Aaron Smith, 47 yards, longest pass of the game. It is what it is. We're not going to be like the 85 Bears, only allowing under 25, long, like the longest pass only can be under 25 yards. This isn't the Steelers offense. Marcus Rosemy-Jans, Jack Saint, it's had a solid game. The receivers hasn't been amazing. Kenny McIntosh has had a solid game. It's been more the running game. 3 running backs with over 25 yards. But that does, McIntosh leading the way, 2 carries, 56 yards. It's a running back by committee, by committee, by committee. But you could see why. They all contribute. McIntosh had a 52-yard run. I think overall we haven't done bad against the run. There's just been some missed tackles by some of our DBs that I think if we clean up, we could really set ourselves up good to win this game. If you're an Ohio State fan right now, you're pumping your chest like I am, and you're jumping in joy and excitement. This is one of the best outcomes you can have, leading at halftime. Some people and I might have thought that this offense would have been done, and would have only had 14 points, and Georgia would have had like 24. But leading at half is huge. And right now, Stetson Bennett doesn't look good unless this dude turns into Tom Brady in the fourth quarter, or or someone. Sorry about that, or someone crazy in like Aaron Rodgers in the fourth quarter, or something like that, or Mahomes in the fourth quarter. I think we're okay. I don't think Stetson Bennett can do that. I think he'd be a reliable quarterback, but I think it's mostly coaching and the players around him. CJ Stroud has played real well today, folks. I before this, not on camera, I was criticizing him. I didn't think he was a very good quarterback, but if you're a scout, this is the creme de the creme defense, and he's looked real solid, folks. We're gonna look towards the looking towards the second half of the game. What we want to see from Ohio State. So I think the first thing, score, 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 score. We've been saying that multiple times throughout the night, and it's what's going to need to happen for this Ohio State team to win. And secondly, keep the defense going. The defense hasn't looked bad. I know it's 24 points. Should be 2 interceptions. 2 interceptions against a Georgia team that doesn't turn it over much. The run plays, they've had some break runs, but we've missed some tackles. We can clean that up. If our guys get locked in, if our defense plays well, of course we'll give up touchdowns. The D line, batting down balls, getting 1 sack, they've gotten some pressure. Overall, the team has played solid. And I either said we're going to have to score 50, or both sides of the ball are going to have to play good. And there's been moments where the offense has stalled. I think we had 2 punts. Anyway, but either way, the offense has looked real good. We played better than Michigan did. I'll say that. But it's really going to suck if Ohio State wins the championship. And even if we win this game, it's going to be like, we win the championship. Well, we're so excited. And Michigan fans, you didn't play us. You lost us. But it's like, come on now. We played Georgia and we beat Georgia. If we beat Georgia, we're beating your crappy Michigan team. I don't care. Michigan lost to a Big 12 team that had far less superior talent than they did. And, they did have like 2 pick sixes, and, they called back a touchdown, then fumbled it. And that, 3 costly mistakes. So it was still a close game, but, I'm happy for Sonny Dykes, and I'm happy for TCU to see a team that usually doesn't win not win. And it shuts up all the Alabama fans that said, oh, TCU. If you remember, Alabama fans were going nuts that TCU shouldn't be in the playoff. It's the best team in the playoff. They go out and they or they could beat Michigan. Sorry. Shout out to Sonny Dykes. Shout out to Quentin Johnson. He's going to be another high pick. And shout out to Max Duggan. Shout out to the defense, too. TCU with far superior, less talent, and an underdog came out and won. And I did not expect that. And, I was hitting on a little bit earlier that we've had underdogs every year in the playoffs. Last year was Cincinnati. We had Notre Dame a couple times, and then we had Michigan State 2015, something like that. All those teams got blown out, but this is the first time a team like TCU really came out and played well. And you remember last year, Michigan got blown out against Georgia. But Jim Harbaugh is starting to turn into the Big Ten trend here is to go to the playoffs and either lose in the first game or get blown out in the championship. But I'm repping my gear here. Go Bucks. This is just incredible. And it's just been an awesome game as Ohio State's banned us on the field. I don't think the crowd's been a factor. I've had the whole game on mute, so I couldn't tell you. I think I'm going to take a break here. We'll repeat the 3 things Ohio State needs to do. First, keep the score. Second, got to keep the defense rolling. I think, create another turnover. We'll say I think we need another turnover. I don't trust this offense to keep scoring. Then third and final thing, pressure Stetson Bennett. He's thrown almost 2 interceptions. I don't trust this guy to sling the ball and pass really well. And even give credit to CJ Stroud. He had that one incredible touchdown that he was evading pressure, kept his eyes down the field. And if you're any scout, Carolina, Houston, who else? Tennessee, any of those quarterback needy teams, you're looking, wow, credit the crank competition. He's throwing good throws. Bryce Young had an awesome game today, but that dude is like 5'10 and a buck 80. You're telling me he's not going to get injured? I like Stroud's height, and I think he's playing really well right now. And playing well in the biggest games is part of the game. And I think he's boosting his draft stock like crazy tonight in the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. I will go to a break, and I will make sure after the break that the volume works. Thank you guys all for watching. I will go on a short break. I will be right back. I just got to get some water. Been doing a lot of talking here. I don't get commercial breaks like Herb Street and I think his name's Reese Davis. Some goats up there, but go Bucks. We've looked great, and I'll see you after the break. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Ohio State, ready to kick it off. So we will get off of that. And kick is going to be returned by Georgia's return man. And he's going to have a little bit of room, but he's going to go out of bounds at around the Georgia 28 as we'll get the rosters and such set up. Can you guys hear? I can't really check, so hopefully you guys can hear me. Hopefully you guys can hear. So, Ohio State 28, Georgia 24. Georgia's got the ball at half. I just had a quick refresh. My TV's frozen. That is great. Wasn't frozen the whole game. It's going to be a run to McIntosh, and he's going to get around 4 yards there. 2nd and 6 oncoming for Georgia. And Bennett throws, and it's going to be incomplete to Brock Bowers. And talked about that a little bit during the game too. It's been quite odd that Brock Bowers hasn't gotten involved in this game really. Like Bowers was a consensus. I think he won the Mackey Award and really hasn't done much in this game so far as just over the head. And once again, I wasn't high on Benson, but he's got to make a throw here to see if he can prove me wrong. 3rd and 6 here. Bennett empty. 14:07 left in the third. Bennett and empty. Shotgun takes a snap. He looks, pump fakes, throws, and looks like the pass got batted down by who was that? Number 90. We'll look checking to see his number. It is Talik Williams, the redshirt freshman, another young player on that Ohio State defensive line. To be fair, all of them are young except we got Zach Harrison, the leader of that group of seniors. Feels like he's been on Ohio State forever. He'll be a 3rd or 4th round pick going into the NFL. So another stop for Ohio State. And Georgia will bring out the punt team with 14:02 left in the third, clock running. Ball's booted away, and Ohio State's return man, which I believe is Abuka, will call for a fair catch, and ball will be placed around the 29-yard line. So it seems like Cade Stover is not going to return to this game. I think it's a lower back injury. So no Cade Stover for the rest of this game. And likely not for the championship either. Lots of Ohio State fans at this game, more so than I expected. Stroud in the shotgun. I believe that's Hayden lined up to his left. He motions over Abuko to the right. Stroud fakes a handoff. He rolls right, stops, plants his feet. He throws to the left side, and he's got a man. It's Julian Fleming with a nice catch over the left sideline as C.J. Stroud throws it across the hashes, and a cross hash throw from C.J. Stroud. A really nice throw there by C.J. Stroud. Right on the money, in stride. A nice catch there by Fleming near the sideline. So, Ohio State moved the chains again. That's going to be a 25-yard pass. Stroud is 6 for 6 with 3 touchdowns on passes 15 or more yards. Stroud motions over Abuka to the right, under center. Handoff to, I believe that's our man, Johnson Xavier. And he's going to get a nice gain out of that, 7 or 8 yards. So, and Xavier Johnson is limping a bit after the play, which is not good news for Ohio State. He's really had a solid game. uh, Dylan Hayden it really hasn't ran that effectively for them, and they've really turned for Johnson for some offensive help. Stroud moves over one tight now. He's still in shotgun with the Hayden or Johnson lineup behind him. Fakes a handoff to Johnson. He looks. He's got plenty of time. He throws, and he's got Abuka again. A 19-yard reception for Becca Abuka. And Ohio State is knocking on the door from almost putting 6 more on the board and making this a 34-24 ball game. A 2-point lead a 2-score lead would be huge against a Georgia team like this. Stroud and trips formation to the right with in shotgun with with Johnson lined up to his left and Harrison lined up on the left. Stroud motions is over to the left. They hand it off to Edwards. Or not Edwards, it's Johnson, excuse me. Xavier Johnson. He gets another solid run out of that. 5, 6, maybe 7 yards. We'll see where they mark the ball. It'll be 2nd and 4 at Georgia's 12. 11:39 left in the third. Clock running. Ohio State played having a really, really solid game here so far. Stroud, he's going to go under center on 2nd and 4 with Johnson lined up in the backfield. He hands it off to Johnson. Johnson runs forward, and he's going to gain a yard. Looked like it wasn't Jalen Carter. It was, yeah, I believe that was Jalen Carter there in the mix there. So haven't heard much from him today, but no, it wasn't Jalen Carter. He's on the sideline. Interesting there. I mean, we really haven't seen much out of him as it's going to be 3rd down and 2 here for Ohio State at Georgia's 10. And it's probably 4 down territory, so we'll see what they do here. Stroud's under center again. They motion over Izzo. Looks like it's going to be a run here. No, it's not. It's play action. Stroud rolls right. He's got Abuka on the foot. That was almost a close first touchdown there, or at least first down there for Georgia, but nice tackle. Bennett under center. Running back lined up in the backfield. And they're going to hand it off directly to Bowers on a jet sweep, but he's not going to get anywhere as Ohio State's flying DBs immediately run of there, and it's it's our boy again. It's Ransom, Lathan Ransom. He's had a really solid game here. Third down and 6 here for Georgia. Bennett in shotgun with McIntosh lined up to his right. He motions over two tight ends to the right side of the line. He motions over a right receiver to the left. So 2 receivers on the left, none on the right. Bennett takes a snap. He looks. He's got pressure from the right, but is able to get it off, and the ball is short. Thought it would be intercepted, but is well short of the intended target, Adonai Mitchell. As waiting to see what Georgia. I'm assuming they might go for it. I don't know. Ball's at the Ohio State 13, and it's 4th down and 6. What do you guys think? I don't know. I don't know if you should go for it here. I mean, it's kind of the game. We'll zoom in here. 12:15 left in the 4th, and they are, yeah. Bennett and the crew are all on the field, and I don't think they're going to try and get Ohio State to jump off sides. Trips formation to the left, 1 receiver on the right. Bennett in shotgun with, I believe that's McIntosh, lined up to his left. He motions over Bowers to the right, so two receivers on each side of the field. Play clock's running down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bennett just gets it off. Bennett takes a snap. He throws it to the right, and he's got Bowers for a first down. So 4th and 6 completion for Bennett and company, and that's going to be, oh no, they're saying he's short. That looked like a first down to me, but they're saying he's short. First down at 10 for Ohio State at their 8. I thought he got it. I don't know. I thought he got that. Are they saying he didn't? Are they saying he didn't? We'll go to commercial break and we'll see. I'm pretty sure they're saying he didn't. So, interesting call there. As Ohio State, according to this, Ohio State will get the ball back, and all they have to do is run out the clock, don't make any mistakes, and up by 14, they can pull off the major upset to win this game. As it's been an exceptional game here for Ohio State. I really can't say enough about, the offense in general. And even the defense has stepped up in the second half and has played like the number 6 defense in the country should play like. Pressure, just stopping and just not allowing anything deep, really. I mean, they had those 2 passes to Bowers and that went for like 17, but they've really done a good job, Ohio State, of really limiting this Georgia offense. As we'll look at the team stats again. Ohio State is definitely leading in yards now. First down, third down efficiency. Both teams aren't very good. Total yards, Ohio State is still behind Georgia, but they definitely are beating them in passing yards. It's just Ohio State just isn't running the ball, or they actually are. They have a putrid yards per attempt number. They're gonna rule the Georgia first down. I thought they would do that. He definitely looked like he got it. But I wasn't sure if they would call that a first down or not. So that is not good news for Ohio State. Georgia will take over at OSU 7, first and goal. One receiver on each side of the field. And Ryan Day is still very confused with the call. But it was clear it was a first down. So first and goal for Georgia. Ryan Day upset. Georgia fans holding their breath. That's a rhyme. I should be an artist. Bennett in shotgun, running back line to his right. It's Edwards. Most of the receiver over to the left. He pitches it to Edwards. Edwards running right, and he's going to gain, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 yards on that. So he's going to get down to around the, he's going to gain 4 yards down at the OSU 3-yard line. And Georgia is close to making this a one-score game. We'll see what they can do here. CJ Stroud really wants to get on the field, as you could tell. Has put us hard out on the field, and I have a lot of respect for him. Brock, it seems like Bennett's going to get under center here with one receiver on the left, 2 on the right, and a running back McIntosh lined up in the backfield. Bennett is going to go under center. Bennett in single back formation. Takes a snap. Nope, it's not a hand. Fakes a handoff, fakes a jet sweep, but the ball is short. And that should be, what are they going to call it? Just call it incomplete, or I think it's just incomplete. So it's going to be third down and goal here from the Ohio State 3. Is certainly 4-down territory, so we'll see. Refs are talking. Because I believe this is a backwards pass, is it? I don't know if that's a backwards pass. If it's a backwards pass in Ohio State, but I don't even think they recovered. Doesn't matter. Second and oh no, they moved them back. It's around, their ball's out around the 8-yard line, somewhere around there. Bennett takes a snap at shotgun. He throws to the end zone, and it's almost picked off. But the ball is batted incomplete, almost picked off by Ronnie Hickman. This Ohio State defense just continues to make plays when it's needed. Continuing to make plays when it's needed. And Hickman did a nice job jumping that route. And I wasn't almost intercepted, just out of the reach of Ronnie Hickman. But nice deflection there. And they're going to attempt another field goal here. Are they rolling out with the same guy, or is it someone different? Nope, it's still Jack Ponsley. And he's already missed 2, but this is 31. This should be a given. And it's good. So the game is now 38-27. So it's now an 11-point game. Still 2 scores, exactly what Ohio State wanted. It's still a 2-score game. Georgia's still got to go down the field again and score, and they haven't done that in a while. Ohio State, even a field goal here would make life so much better, make it back to a 14-point game where Georgia has to score and can't just get a field goal here. So, been a really solid game out of Ohio State tonight, especially defensively in the second half. I can argue the defense has played better than the offense. They've gotten stops when they have absolutely needed it, and it's why Ohio State's in this game right now. So I think I'll try and get an update on Marvin Harrison Jr. We'll see. What his status is. Yeah, I mean, Marvin Harrison is just, I mean, his work ethic is bar none top. I mean, it's never seen anything like it. Report out of Columbus Dispatch. It's just the way he is. Marvin Harrison works with jugs machines at Ohio State Hotel. Yeah, I mean Marvin Harrison. I think he's the next up wide receiver in the NFL. I think his work ethic will make him like a Michael Thomas, another Ohio State wide receiver. Uh, just good route runner and can catch everything. But not necessarily elite speed. As we are back, another skyline view of the beautiful Atlanta, Georgia. It's too bad the college football team that plays at Atlanta, Georgia Tech, absolutely sucks. But they got that program turned around a little bit. It seems like every big college football event is held in Atlanta, Georgia nowadays. So Georgia down by 11, ready to kick it off is Pondalesny. Missed 2 field goals tonight, and it's going to be another touchback. So I'll say we'll take over that to 25, and there is a very big game on Monday, Bills at Bengals. That'll be must-watch TV if you're an NFL fan. I won't be calling that game, but if you're an NFL fan, I believe that game will be on ABC, so you'll be able to watch it, and that'll be maybe be the game of the year, maybe. I think I still have the Bengals. I probably think they're going to win the Super Bowl. Anyways, let's get back onto the track with this Ohio State game. Um, I mean, C.J. Stroud has just been incredible in this game, and 319 yards and 4 TDs says it all. Stroud in the gun, motions Johnson to his right, 2 receivers on the left. Motions over to Johnson over to the left side. Johnson runs and he's gonna get tackled by like 2 Georgia defenders. We'll see what they give him here. They'll give him 3 yards. He'll be tackled at the Ohio State 28-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 7 for Ohio State at their 28 with 10:07 left in the fourth. Stroud takes a snap and shotgun. He throws it over the middle of the tight end, and Ohio State's going to look for a flag, and I think they should get one there. That looked like pretty obvious interference there, but Ohio State, are they going to call the flag? Pass was intended for Ibuka, and Ryan Day wants a hold really bad, but he's not getting it. We'll watch the replay here. Ball got tipped in the air by a Georgia defender. That looked like a hold. And I don't know why this is saying intended for Emeka Ibuka. That was not. Maybe it was. I don't know. That was definitely not. It's intended for the other tight end. Marvin Harrison on the sideline. Probably won't come in, but it's good to see him on his feet and on the sideline. Really good sign. So Stroud's now got Mitch Rossi lined up to the right and two on the right side of the field and 1 receiver on the left side. Play clock running down. Stroud takes a snap. He's got time. He rolls up in the pocket. He's going to run. Stroud runs and he reaches for it. And I think they're going to give it to him. I think he got it. We'll have to see where the ref marks it. And whoa, that's really short. So CJ Stroud is short of the line to gain. It's going to be 4th and 1, and you have to punt here, right? They're keeping the offense on the field? Yeah, he stepped out. He stepped out. He stepped out. So I did not see that. He did step out there. So he is not going to get the first down. Yeah, Ohio State will try down the punt unit. And it's unfortunate. Ohio State gets another non-scoring drive, but defense has got to step up here. Karis Jackson back to return. It's a fake, but is it another penalty on Ohio State? Or what happened? What just happened? Timeout by Kirby Smart. Wow. They tried to run the fake against Michigan, and it might have been the same fake. Oh my, it was. They did it right this time, though. They tried to run this against Michigan last game, but it got snapped to the punter. This time they run it, and they get the first, but Kirby Smart calls a timeout. Perfect timing, and now it's surely going to be a punt here, right? You can't. I mean, you can't fake a punt twice. So Ohio State's got their ball at their 34-yard line. It's 4th and 1. 8:58 left in the fourth. Marvin Harrison, despite getting injured, still has 106 receiving yards and 2 touchdowns. Just showing that, making his dad proud and definitely showing that he will easily live up to the legacy of his father. I think his work ethic alone is just something to marvel over and something to look up at for any person in any, field or doing anything. His work ethic, having a jugs machine in the hotel room, uh, just constant worker and constantly trying to improve himself, and that's the sign of a good player. I did want to talk about Jackson Smith-Njigba for a little bit. I did not understand that. I mean, I was very hurt by the fact that he didn't play. I thought that was a bit of a bad. I think that doesn't look bad on scouts. Like, why aren't you playing? C.J. Stroud and Will Anderson played, and Bryce Young, or no, C.J. Stroud did play, yeah. Bryce Young and Will Anderson played, excuse me. And Bryce Young, if you can name a player that's more likely to get injured at his position, it's Bryce Young. And he played in a meaningless Sugar Bowl game that was not a college football playoff bowl game. So, I mean, Jackson Smith-Njigba was incredible. And if he would have played in this game, I would argue that we'd be winning by more. But, it is what it is. He's not playing. I really thought he was going to play in this game, and I was very surprised to see that he was opting out. And you want to see work ethic. You look right towards Marvin Harrison, and Ohio State better be careful because with with C.J. Stroud leaving, it's very likely that maybe 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 it's not a very good. I mean, we'll see what Kyle McCord can do next year. He's going to be the starter unless we get a transfer, but I don't. Can you transfer? I think, yeah, you still can. We'll see. I don't know who will transfer. So Kirby did get the timeout off, but he blew the whistle after the ball was snapped. I don't really think that's fair, but whatever. So it seems like this is going to be an Ohio State punt, I believe. You can't fake a punt twice, and now Georgia's in their safe return. The punt is off. Good punt. Fair catch called at Georgia's 24-yard line. So Georgia will take over from their 24. 8:51 left in the fourth, and Georgia's got to score a touchdown here eventually. As it looks like Stetson Bennett got a little banged up. And Ohio State did it. They ran a punt against Michigan that they were going to run last time, but the snapper messed up the snap and snapped to the wrong guy. A little surprised they ran it again, but, Kirby saw it, or he saw something because he called the timeout. But good timeout there by Georgia, but they only have 2 left in the game. So Bennett and shotgun with the running back line to his left, 2 on the left, 1 on the right in terms of receivers. Bennett fakes a handoff. He looks. He's got time. He throws deep to the left sideline, and they got a guy wide open. Wide open. Aaron Smith is wide open. The redshirt sophomore for a 76-yard touchdown. And folks, we have a ball game. Kirby's going to take the extra point. It looks like he was holding up the 1. And Georgia is right back in a game that Ohio State should have won, but 3 straight 3-and-outs. And no, they're going for 2. I thought Kirby was holding up the 1. No, I don't know because he's the holder, Bennett. So I don't know. They're going for it. They're going for 2. Hopefully Ohio State can clamp up here, and a 76-yard touchdown. Unbelievable. Bennett and shotgun with McIntosh line to his right, motions the receiver over to the right, trips formation on the right, one receiver on the left. Bennett takes a snap, he rolls right. He's got pressure, he throws right, and the 2-point conversion's good. A little out route to McConkey, and it's just an easy reception. And it's 38-35. It is a 3-point ball game now, folks, and Ohio State's chances of winning have just dipped probably a lot. It says 76, but I would assume it's going to be more than that. And we're looking at the busted coverage. And he just stumbles. The corner stumbles. Pass rush isn't there in time, and it's a nice ball by Bennett. And now we have a ball game. Now we have a ball game here, folks. Georgia has made it a 3-point game. I am shivering right now. I'm so scared. Ohio State needs to score. All right, what happened to our offense? It looks so good, and our defense can't hold forever, even though it probably should have there. At least stop the 2-point conversion, so it's not a 3-point game, and they have to score. And had a good play before Lathan Ransom, but he gives up a 76-yard touchdown, Lathan Ransom. And Podolski's going to kick it off. It's going to be a touchback. Oh, man, that is utterly, wow. That is soul crushing. Okay, that just happened, and we have to recognize that just happened, and that these Georgia fans are back into the game. Okay, Stroud, this is what you're made for, man. If you want to be drafted high and you want to be successful in the NFL, you got to score here. Stroud takes a snap. He looks. He throws right. He's got a Fleming. Fleming tries to run to the middle of the field, and he's going to get nice yards, around 8 yards. Ohio State running up tempo. Ryan Day is not messing around. If you're Ryan Day, you're calling your plays now. Call the it plays now. This is the part of the game where you need them. You need a score here if you're Ohio State. Need to. Marvin Harrison Jr. sits on the bench. Although looks fine, should be able to play in the national championship game if Ohio State gets there. Stroud in the shotgun formation. Running back lined up to his left. Stroud takes the snap. He hands it off to Hayden. Hayden gets a nice burst of speed, and he's going to get a nice run. 12-yard run there for Dallin Hayden, and Ohio State keeps the chains moving. As Georgia, 467 total yards compared to Ohio State's 399. Interesting to see Georgia only down by not winning this game despite having a lot more yards than Ohio State. So Ohio State ball at their own 45, 7:24 left in the fourth. First down and 10 for Stroud. He motions over Buka to the right side. Stroud takes the snap, fakes the pitch off to the running back. Stroud's got pressure. He rolls right. He's going to try to tip-tap the sideline and scramble. And he's going to get, I don't know, 3 or 4 yards on that. We'll see. We'll see where they mark him down. 4-yard gain there. He takes it all the way out to Ohio State's 49-yard line. 2nd and 6 for Ohio State. Ball at their own 49. Stetson Bennett not sitting on a bench, instead of electing to sit on the Gatorade big cooler. Georgia fans getting loud. Stroud in the gun. Running back line to his left. I believe it's Johnson. 2 receivers on the right, 2 on the left. Stroud takes a snap. They're blitzing. Stroud rolls to the left. He runs a spin move. Stroud's going to take off. Stroud's got room for a first down, and he's got more. CJ Stroud showing off the wheels on this drive. And he gains 17 yards. Who said CJ Stroud didn't run? He's got the pressure, does a nice little spin move to turn to the left, takes off, and he's able to get plenty enough to get the first down and some more. And now Ohio State in Georgia territory at their 34. They do the pitch play again to the left side to Johnson. Johnson tries to find room, but he's not going to find much at all. He's going to gain maybe 2 yards on that. It'll be 2nd down and 8 from Ohio State at Georgia's 32. 6:05 left in the fourth. And we got an injured Georgia player on the field. It's going to be number 13. It should be, Mikael Williams, who is not a bad player at all. He's a he's a freshman, actually. It's freshman who's starting, so solid player there. You don't like to see any of your starters go down. It looks like he just, had a non-contact injury. Kind of looked like. You hate to see that. We hope he gets hopefully we hope it's a cramp, because we never like to see guys get injured on any side of the field or any team. So Ohio State doing a really good job of driving down the field. This is their first, I believe, second time in the second half where they've gotten the ball in Georgia territory. They haven't been that successful as of late, as we are closing in on the end of 2022 here. And I'm calling a football game. And also, we're closing down the deadline till sports gambling is legal in the state of Ohio. It'll be 25 minutes away from sports gambling being legal in the state of Ohio. Let us rejoice. We can now get addicted to betting on Ohio State. Xavier Johnson has been the feature back. We saw Mayan Williams in the beginning of the game, but I don't think he's going to be playing much more. It looks like it's going to be running back number 1 is going to be it's going to be the Z receiver, Xavier Johnson. And he's going to be the running back number 1, and then running back number 2 will be Dallin Hayden, the freshman. As Ohio State has just been banged up everywhere, Next year, I believe TreVeyon Henderson, they'll get him back. They'll get, hopefully they could just stay away from injuries. They've had a lot of injuries this year, but hopefully they could just pull away on this game and just, just hopefully come in clutch and win this game. Because Ohio State's IR, just a lot of players on the injured reserve list. Something you don't like to see. And yeah, Joe Royer is playing in this game. He was on IR before, but he is playing in this game. This is a kid from Elder, another Cincinnati kid. CJ Stroud takes the field, ready to prove the people wrong, ready to prove me wrong that he is the top quarterback in this class. Let's see if he can do it. CJ Stroud in shotgun with now he moves the running back to the right side. He was behind him. Motions the receiver behind him. Stroud fakes a handoff to him. He looks. He throws the check down to number 10, and he's going to fight just enough to stay and get right at the line of scrimmage, Xavier Johnson. And it's going to be 3rd and 8 from Georgia's 32-yard line. I don't know if I trust a field goal from this far. It'd be a very far field goal. Really need a first down here, or at least get close to the sticks. We'll have to see. Big play. 5:25 left in the fourth. 3rd down and 8 at Georgia's 32-yard line. CJ Stroud in the shotgun with the running back line to his left, 2 receivers on each side of the field. Stroud takes a snap. He's got time. He throws over the middle of Ibuka, and Ibuka's going to get the first down. A little spoon move does it, and he just gets the first down. 11-yard gain. 9-yard. Just barely gets it. So Ohio State will move the chains, and the ball, Ibuka will be tackled at the Georgia 23. So ball will be placed on the 23-yard line, and a first down attempt for Ohio State. 7-play drive, 52 plays, 3:32 eaten off the clock. Love to get more clock off, but we want a touchdown here. Stroud. Looks like he's going to line up under center. One of the few times tonight he has with a running back in the backfield. Single back formation for Stroud. Two receivers on the right, one receiver on the left. Play clock running down. And is he going to call a timeout? And yep, timeout there from Ryan Day. Kind of expected that to happen. That'll be Ohio State's first timeout of the fourth quarter. And they have 2 left along with Georgia's 2 timeouts left. Ohio State's huge third down conversion. By the way, I'm not against using this timeout. I think this is one of the most crucial drives of the game, and I think a touchdown here would make it extremely difficult for Georgia to come back in this game. But, resilience from Stroud, and we've seen it all night. Looked a lot better before the last few drives, but, they did lose his top wideout, but Emeka Egbuka's doing a nice job of filling in for Jackson Smith-Njigba. Emeka Egbuka currently right now is 8 receptions, 112 yards, and a touchdown. So really solid game by him. Egbuka is a redshirt freshman. Wow. So we're going to get Egbuka another year of Samson Egbuka along with Marvin Harrison next year, which will be awesome. And is that Paris Johnson on the sideline there? That is not good news. I don't believe so. No, he's out there because Paris Johnson's going to be a top pick. Stroud in the gun. Shotgun, running back line to his left. Motions over Fleming to the left side of the field. Stroud fakes a handoff. It's going to be a read option. Stroud runs left, and he's not going to have that much room. But, and he absolutely runs over, I believe that's a sideline reporter. I feel terrible for that girl. She just got absolutely killed by C.J. Stroud. Ran right into her. It looks like she's okay, but Stroud got pushed out of bounds, and Stroud just ran right into her. I mean, really didn't have much time to stop. And yeah, a phone came out and everything. But 2nd down and 5 for Ohio State at UGA's 18-yard line. Stroud in shotgun once again. 2 receivers on the right, 1 on the left. Running back is Hayden? Yeah, Hayden. Hayden lined up to the right of Stroud. Motions to Egbuka to the left side of the field. 2 receivers on the left now. Play clock running down. Motions to Egbuka behind him. Fakes a handoff to Egbuka behind him. And he tries to throw it, but he's going to get sacked. And it's going to be a long sack, too. The pressure finally gets to Stroud, and it's going to be a 3rd and long for Ohio State. Man. Just good rusher. It's a number 10. We'll look at the player for that. Sack was made by Jamon. I believe it's Damas Johnson. Nice sack by him there. It's going to be 3rd and 17 for this Ohio State offense. Can they at least get some of the yards back and make it a manageable field goal? Ball at the UGA 30-yard line now. Stroud takes a snap and shotgun. He's got pressure. He's going to throw off his back foot, and it's going to be incomplete. Pressure was coming, and it showed. Stroud's happy feet, and we talked about this before the game started. Stroud under pressure is a lot worse of a quarterback than Stroud when everything's good. And, I mean, really, he didn't have much coming. They blitzed, and no one picked up the guy that pushed Stroud, and Stroud just has to throw off his back foot and say a prayer. This is going to be a long field goal for Noah Ruggles. It's going to be a 48-yard attempt. Not terrible, but something about this stadium. And the kick is up, and it's good. Oh, it's sure. Oh, it's good. Pat McAfee catches the ball on the sideline back there as Ohio State will take a 41-35 lead. A 6-point lead here with 2:43 left in the 4th. It's just interesting here. I don't know if Georgia, they probably will just run out all the clock and try and score, but one more stop will win Ohio State this game. Please, defense. JT Tuimoloau, Zach Harrison, one of these guys step up. Cameron Brown, projected 1st round to 2nd round pick. Step up. We need guys to step up And who's it going to be? All I could say is my heart is literally pounding right now. I would much rather be in Georgia's situation, uh, where you can, where you're have an offensive drive. I just don't trust this defense to get a stop. But who knows? Maybe they can change my mind as the kickoff is being kicked off, and Georgia's going to return it from around his own 5, and he's going to get a okay return. He'll get tackled around his own 26, so only 1 more yard than getting a touchback. So Ohio State currently has an 83.3% chance to win this football game. New Year's will happen in 15 minutes, but we don't care about the New Year's ball because there is an absolute crucial drive that's happening right now in this game. Stetson Bennett has looked really good tonight. I will say, probably should have 2 interceptions, but he's really stepped up in the second half of this game, and times he needed to. Bennett shotgun with the running back lined up to his left, and 2 receivers on the left, 1 on the right. Bennett takes a snap. He looks, throws over the middle, and he's gonna check it down to McIntosh, but he's only gonna gain 2 yards. Tommy Eichenberg right there to make the tackle. And it's gonna be 2nd down and 8 for Georgia at their own 30-yard line. Daniels Bennett once again in shotgun with McIntosh lined up to his right. Yeah, 2 trips on the left side. Bennett's got pressure. He throws on a pressure and he throws a strike over the middle to Brock Bowers. And that's going to be a nice gain of 15 yards. Georgia at their 45-yard line. 2 minutes left in the 4th. No 2-minute warning here, folks. As Ohio State trying to get someone off the field, there's going to be 11 men on the field. Bennett's going to throw deep. And ball's batting in the air. It's incomplete. It's going to be a penalty on Ohio State, but the projected high pick Cameron Brown from Ohio State makes a real nice play there. It's going to be on Ohio State, right? For too many men on the field or illegal substitution. Offside? That's interesting. Only 5 yards. I thought that was a legal substitution or too many men on the field. This big fella hurried off the field, and he needed to. Ty Hamilton. Did he get off? Not even close. I don't know. Interesting play there. As Bennett is in shotgun, he's got a running back, McIntosh lined up to his right. 2 receivers on the left, 2 on the right. 1 on the right, excuse me. 1:49 left in the 4th. Ball on Georgia's 50-yard line. Ball on the 50. Bennett takes a snap. He looks. He fires, and he's got him, man. And Georgia's in the red zone. He gets tackled at his 14-yard line with 1:42 left in the 4th. Unbelievable. Ball at the Ohio State 15-yard line. And all you could do is cry as an Ohio State fan right now. Bennett running hurry up. Not sure why. 2 receivers on each side. Bennett looks. He's got time. He throws the check down and passes complete to McIntosh. He gets tackled at around the Ohio State. What are they going to say? At the Ohio State 10. Yeah, that's what I thought. 2nd down and 5 incoming. Stetson Bennett, bro. This dude should not be playing this good. Bennett, 2nd and 5. 1:10 left in the 4th quarter. Clock running. CJ Stroud clapping his defense on. Bennett looking around. He's got 2 receivers on each side of the field and shotgun running back lineup to his right. Bennett takes a snap. He looks. He's got time. He throws to the end zone. Caught. Touchdown. Touchdown, Georgia. It's going to be the hero, Adonai Mitchell. Another touchdown. That's the 2nd of the game. This one's a 10-yard touchdown. Lot of time left, though, folks. Not a bad thing for Ohio State that they scored this early. There is a lot of time left. And all Ohio State has to do is go down and get a field goal. Even if they convert, they're going to go for 2 here. Or no, should they? They probably shouldn't, because if they don't get it, then Ohio State can win the game with a field goal. I'm assuming the field goal unit's going to come on. Yeah, they will. Um, Folks, it's not over yet. All Ohio State has to do is come down and have Noah Ruggles kick a game-winning field goal. I'm terrified of a field goal to win to go to the national championship. Absolutely terrifies me, but it's what the game has come down to. And the extra point is up, and it's good for Georgia. Georgia takes a 1-point lead, 42-41 Georgia. Wow, it looked like this game was going to be a Ohio State blowout. Ohio State at one point in this game had I think that says a 95.6% chance to win this game. It's just that strike over to the middle of the field to Jackson, the returner. And so yeah, Marcus Rosemy-Jacksaint once again. Who was it that caught that ball? I don't know if that was him. It might have been someone else, but Adonai again, Mitchell Adonai, or Adonai Mitchell, just is having a really good game. Really, really solid game from Adonai Mitchell. As let me move this thing up so we can get the score, as this is just, oh my gosh, bro. 54 seconds left in the fourth. As an announcer, this is all you could dream of, but as an Ohio State fan, this is way, way too close for my comfort. Georgia kicker kicks it off. It's going to be a touchback. CJ Stroud has to go, I don't know, 40 yards. I don't know what this guy's range is, Noah Ruggles, so I couldn't tell you. Drained a 48-yarder, but we'll see. I don't know. I'm terrified right now, folks. But you're going to get the best commentary you've ever seen out of your entire life. I said Ryan Day's coaching position is safe. I still think it is, even if he loses this game. It was a close game, and they played hard, but Ohio State's going to lose a great quarterback eventually after the end of this season. Stroud. He's got Rossi. No, he's going to go. I think they might go empty. I don't know. No, Rossi's going to line up to his right. Two receivers on the right, one on the left. 2 timeouts left for Ohio State. Ball at their own 25. They're getting number 84 back into the game. The ref is telling them to wait. That's Joe Royer is subbing into the game. They're going to motion over Abuka to the right side of the field. 2 receivers on each side. Rossi still lined up right next to Stroud. Play clock running down. Stroud's got time. He's got pressure. He's rolling right. He's going to run, and he's going to get tackled for a gain around 5, and he's got to get up, and we got to go. 43 seconds left, and there's a Georgia injury on the play. It's going to be, we'll look for him. I didn't see the number or the player, but I think I saw the name. There's Beal something. Would help if I had the number, but yeah, Robert Beal Jr. is down. The projected round 3 or round 4 pick in the NFL. So definitely not a player you'd like to see for one of Georgia's outside linebackers. As going back to the Bennett throw, just heartbreaking, man. Just absolutely heartbreaking as an Ohio State fan to see something like that. But there's still a chance. Ball at the OSU 30, 43 seconds left. Noah Ruggles is going to have to play his heart out. Let me make sure the mic is. As Beal is able to walk off the field. Oh man. Ball at the OSU 40, 2nd and 5 for Ohio State. I don't really know the game plan here. I'm not smart enough to think of something like that. Mike is good. So CJ Stroud is in shotgun. He's got Rossi lined up to his left, and two receivers on the left, one on the right. Stroud takes his snap. He's got time. He throws to the right side of the field, and it's caught. Julian Fleming's able to get out of bounds. I don't think that matters. 39 seconds left in the fourth. We'll see. Shouldn't matter as long as the chains are, and another Georgia player is injured. That's, I don't want to say anything. I don't want to make conspiracies here, but can they not run up tempo? I'm not making a conspiracy. Beal's a good player, and I don't think they would sacrifice losing him on the last drive. So I'll play the benefit of the doubt. We'll see who was injured. I don't know who it quite was. It was but this is helping Ohio State. I mean, they get even more time to go over plays and figure out what they're going to do. So not really helping Georgia all that much because Ohio State's talking it over and figuring out what to do. They still got 2 timeouts left. But you got to score here, and Eichenberg's about to cry, and I'm gonna cry too if we lose this game. Ball is at the Ohio State 42. 12-yard completion to Julian Fleming, the 5-star recruit a couple of years ago. This is his chance too, Julian Fleming, to prove that he's a 5-star recruit for a reason. Ball at the Ohio State 42. 39 seconds left in the fourth. First down and 10 for Ohio State. Probably would like to get into Georgia territory right now. Stroud takes a snap. He's looking. He's got some pressure. He's moving. He's escaping. He's going to run. And he's going to run into Georgia territory. He's got more room. He's in field goal range. He runs right into field goal range. A 27-yard run from C.J. Stroud. C.J. Stroud. And I don't think Ohio State's using a timeout here. A little weird. And now they're going to call it. It's going to burn 3 seconds off, but it shouldn't matter. C.J. Stroud is that guy. We said his mobility was limited, but he's all throughout the second half. Georgia has been locking up secondaries, and the pressure's been coming. He's been having to evade and maneuver, and no spy on the field at all for Georgia. So he has plenty of room to run. Gets shoelace tackled and gets brought down at the Georgia 31. Easily in field goal range for Ohio State. You would love to get maybe 10 more yards, but I don't know about throwing it to the end zone because, I mean, just the thought of an interception would break my heart. Maybe even more so than the thought of a missed field goal. So if you're Ohio State here, what do you think you do? Actually, it was a Georgia timeout. Interesting. Georgia calls their timeout. Ohio State still has 2 timeouts left, so if they miss the field goal or something, maybe they can still have a chance to win. I don't know. I don't think that's a chance. There's not enough time left. This is all or nothing. Use your timeouts now. Stroud in shotgun with a running back line to his right. It's Johnson. No, it's Hayden. He's going to move back behind him. Fleming motions to the right. Stroud, it's going to be a handoff, but Georgia read it perfectly, and he maybe loses a yard. Ohio State's going to call a timeout, I presume. Ohio State will call a timeout here. Yeah, they did. So there's 17 seconds left in the fourth. Oh my gosh. I don't like the call there. I don't like the call, but I guess you don't want to take a sack because a sack would be absolutely killer. Noah freaking Ruggles has to come up huge, folks. Noah Ruggles has got to sink this field goal. Everyone in Ohio is going to know your name, Noah Ruggles. Everyone in Ohio is going to know the name Noah Ruggles. Second and 11 for Ohio State incoming. Ball's at UGA's 32-yard line. Bennett could just sit on the sideline and have his heart race like mine's is. I am terrified. C.J. Stroud is lined up in the gun with Rossi lined up to his right. Second down and 11 for Ohio State. Ball at UGA 32. Stroud takes a snap. He's looking. He's got pressure, and ball's batting in the air, but there's no Georgia defender there, luckily. Third down 11. Clock is at 15 seconds. Kaylee Ringo is not happy. I think he won an interception here. Now, what do you do if you're Ohio State? I run the ball here. I'm not risking a sack. something crazy. You're telling your offensive line, do not hold. If we get a holding penalty here, we're screwed. They went for a little slant to Johnson, but I don't know if that's a call. Throwing right to, and they're passing it here as Stroud's got pressure. He rolls right, and he's going to throw, and he's thrown out of bounds. So here we go, folks. 8 seconds left. They got the ball off quick there. 8 seconds left in this game. Didn't take a sack, didn't kick a field goal, or didn't take a holding. So the down really doesn't matter. It's UGA's ball at the 32. Kirby will probably ice him here, so I don't expect the first field goal to count. I'm gonna turn this off. So I do not see it. You guys might see it before me. Noah Ruggles. It's a 50-yard attempt, and there's the Kirby timeout we were expecting. 50 yards for Ohio State's future right now for Noah Ruggles. Noah freaking Ruggles. From Odessa, Florida. Transferred schools. He was transferred from North Carolina. Apparently, according to this. Yeah. From the kid from Odessa, Florida. Everyone is going to know this kid's name when he sinks this field goal. If he doesn't sink it, I am not going to be happy. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I'm not looking at my screen at all. I cannot see. I'm seeing it live. Noah Ruggles from 50 yards to send the Buckeyes to the championship. 8 seconds left. Snap good. Hold good. Kick is up. And it's no good. It is wide left. And Georgia's going to win the game. Oh my gosh. It is wide left. It wasn't even close. And Georgia's going to go to another national championship. Oh my gosh. The pain continues. CJ Stroud's last game as a Buckeye ends in a loss. I said it was not saying anything, but I still think Paris Johnson's going to cry, and I'm crying right now too. Oh my, I don't even know if I can do a post game. Oh my gosh. And they're waving us off like they won by a lot. I mean, come on now. They're going to lose to TCU, bro. I hope they lose to TCU, bro. Oh my gosh, bro. 1 point Ohio State's going to lose by. A singular point. Noah Ruggles, you are now the most hated man in Columbus. I'm sorry. I need a replay. I don't know if the laces were out. Oh my gosh. Georgia gets to celebrate, and Ohio State fans, once again, have to go through another playoff loss and another disappointing season. They had the game, yo. Oh my gosh. Is that Jackson Smith-Njigba? That better not be bum-ass Jackson Smith-Njigba. It is Jackson Smith-Njigba. Man, get out of here, bro. Should have been playing in this game. And, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, this one hurts. Oh, jeez. Oh my gosh. Jesus. Oh my gosh. Stetson Bennett goes to another national championship. Oh my gosh. That's it, folks. That's it for CJ Stroud. Kyle McCord era has begun. This program's going downhill. Oh my god, this dude cannot win. He cannot win games. Oh my gosh. We had the whole game. And then fucking the 80-yard touchdown. Oh my gosh. Just a horrible kick. I mean, the laces weren't even out, and it wasn't even close. I mean, it was wide left. Wide left. It wasn't even close. Oh my Noah freaking Ruggles, bro. Oh my gosh. That kick wasn't even close. Oh, bro. Hey, listen, man. What's that kid? Jake Moody hop on as a fifth-year senior at Ohio State? All right, I can't really speak anymore. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I'm getting off stream. I'm done. I'm done with this team.